All right, fifth graders, we are going to work on decimals expanded form today. So we do have more slides, a lot more than yesterday. I did say I was going to ease you guys kind of into the week. So you do have a lot more math today, but we practiced it yesterday on Google Meets, and we're going to be practicing it more today as well. So as far as decimal forms go, remember, there are 3 different ways that we talked about this yesterday that we can write a decimal. Standard forms, just with the digits. Expanded form shows the place value, and that's our goal today, is to really work on that expanded form and also word form. So this chart is going to look familiar from yesterday. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do word form to expanded or to standard form. So we're going to take a number that's written in words, and we're going to try and drag the digits so that they match what it should be in standard form. So first thing I'm going to read is I'm going to read 2,925 hundredths. So first thing I have to know is that I have 2 thousands. So I'm going to put a 2 in the thousands place. Then it says I have 9 hundredths. So I'm going to put a 9 in the hundreds place. I don't have anything in the tens or the ones. So I'm going to put zeros there. Next, it says I have 25 hundredths. So that tells me I don't have any tenths, but I do have 25 hundredths. So I'm going to have a 2 in the hundreds place and the 5 in the thousands place. Because if I were to read this, 2,925 hundredths. So I have no tenths in this number, because if I had tenths, I would have a different looking number. I'm going to do another example with you. This one is 15 and 479 thousandths. Whoa! Okay, so 15. Well, I can make the number 15. If I have 15, I have a 1 in the tens place and a 5 in the ones place. Okay. As far as set 479 thousandths, I know I'm going to have the number 479. So what that means is I actually have a 4 in the tens place, a 7 in the hundreds place, and a 9 in the thousands place. So you would read this as 15, and that's where we say the decimal, 479 thousandths. So your responsibility is to do the rest of these by yourself, changing them. Now, this is an extra video that can help you understand decimal expanded form if you need it. But we are going to work on different expanded form of decimals here. So I'm going to do a couple examples on my whiteboard, and that should hopefully help you guys with that. So the first thing that we have is we have the number 865 and 3/10. So that 3 is in the tens place. So I'm going to write the whole number in expanded form first. And it always helps me to identify the place value of the numbers first, because if I know what the place value is, then it's going to be a lot easier for me to do the expanded form. Because if I know where they go, the place value tells me what their expanded form needs to be anyway. So I'm going to do a little line here, and I'm going to do another makeshift place value chart. I'm going to move my camera over here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Then we've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I'm going to label each of these place values, so as I'm building these numbers, it's going to be easier for me to see. So this one is going to, I'm going to change my color to black now. This is going to be the thousands place, as in a whole number. This is going to be the hundreds. This is going to be the tens. And I'm actually going to split this column in half, and this is going to be the ones. This red squiggly line represents the decimal point. So this is where we move into decimals here. Then I have the, let's see here, tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So these are the TH families. So make sure you remember that if it has a TH, it is going to be a decimal. Okay, so let's go back to my number really quick. I have 865 and 3/10. So I'm going to write my number. I'm going to have an 8 in the hundreds place, 6 in the tens place, and a 5 in the ones place, and a 3 in the tens place. So that means I have to write this number in expanded form. So to do that, I can do 8 is in the hundreds, so I now have 8 hundreds, plus 6 tens, which is 60, plus 5 ones, plus, let's look up here for my expanded form, 3/10. So 0.3. So that is how you would do it in expanded form. So then I would go over here and I would type 800 plus 60 plus 5 plus 0.3 or 3/10. So that is my expanded form of that number. All right, let's do another example together before I move on to my next thing. This is 23 and 45 hundredths. So I'm going to go ahead and erase. I'm going to erase that number, erase that number, erase that number, and erase that number, and erase all of this as well. Okay, so it says I have 23 and 45 hundredths. So I'm going to scroll up here. I'm going to put a 2 in the tens place because I have 20, a 3 in the ones place for the 3 ones, and then I have 25 hundredths. So my 2 goes in the tenths place and my 5 goes in the hundredths place. I'm going to scroll down here. So if I have a 2 in the tens place, I know I have 20. If I have a 3 in the ones place, I know I have 3. So I have 20 plus 3. Now I have a 2 in the tenths place. So I'm going to put 2 there, plus 0.2. And then the hundredths place, I have 0.05 or 5 hundredths. So I'm going to put, it's important, fifth graders, that you add this 0 for the hundredths place, because if I just have 0.5, that's telling me I have 5/10, and 5/10 are different than 5 hundredths. So that 0 is telling me, really, fifth graders, that I have 5 hundredths and not 5/10. So it's important to add the 0 when you are doing this. And that is today's math assignment. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to